My husband and I were racing sailors, and the first Hospice Cup took place in the fall of 1982 when we were off racing in some other race, but we'd heard about it. And soon after that, the Hospice Cup became a regular sanctioned event in the Chesapeake Bay Yacht Racing Association, and our sailing club started managing the race. So we got involved as both sailors and race committee. After a few years, I got involved on the shore side of the organization as well, which is fundraising, publicity, just the basic organization of everything except the race. And I went through various positions on the board. I'm a past president, as you mentioned, and I have found it to be one of the most rewarding experiences of my life, meeting many dedicated people that I never would have met but for this involvement. But you know, not all of the dedicated people involved with hospice regattas are sailing people. Not all of them have any experience with either medicine or hospice care. They are just interested in helping their communities. One example of that is a woman named Mary Radzik, who from the very beginning, when she was simply a volunteer stuffing envelopes at the Hospice of Northern Virginia, she started handling all of the record keeping and bookkeeping and communications for the Hospice Cup organization. She did that for over 24 years as a volunteer, while continuing her other volunteer work, which included Meals on Wheels, patient caregiving, and stuffing envelopes. That's a very dedicated person. And one thing I talk to people about when they want to start up a new hospice regatta, which is what the National Hospice Regatta Alliance is all about, is don't limit yourself to hospice people, staff or volunteers. Don't limit yourself to just sailors. Reach out into the community and get more people involved. You'll have a stronger organization and a much more successful event that way. Because success for a hospice regatta is not just raising money, it's also raising awareness about hospice care. There are a lot of people out there who don't even know hospice exists. And a hospice regatta, big, colorful event, hits the newspapers a little bit, maybe the local television station, and people say, oh, hospice. Oh, that's not just for old people. That's just not just for cancer patients. It can be for kids. It could be for me. It could be for my parents. The amount of energy that goes into any one hospice regatta is amazing. But because you have a wide range of people involved, you reduce the burnout, you reduce the frustrations, and you build a camaraderie that, for me, is unlike any other effort that I've been involved in, and I've been involved in a few. It's really a great feeling to see it all come together. And it ends up with everybody having a wonderful day out on the water for a good cause and celebrating life, because of course that's part of what hospice is all about. There are now 26 hospice regattas who are members of the Alliance. Each of them is an independent organization benefiting their local communities. And they depend on a broad range of people dedicated to making that work. When the Alliance gets a contact, an inquiry about starting a hospice regatta, it might be from someone involved with a hospice, a staff member or a volunteer caregiver, or it might be a sailor who's heard about hospice regattas, or it might be an ordinary citizen who's not easily categorized as either of those. And it's that wide range of talents and abilities that makes for strong hospice regattas.